This is not the first time that I have looked at the Infinity. I gave it a good look over before its last trip into dry dock, and I looked at a veranda stateroom and peeked at the galley. Then after dry dock, I looked again at what had changed. That time I went backstage and also explored an aqua stateroom. I have to say that I have just been on her again, and she is looking fresher than I have seen her for some time. I was also pleased to see that they were selling Glenturret peat smoked whiskey, a whiskey that was an episode on my series about whiskey on cruise ships. This time I am looking at an Ocean View stateroom. In fact, it's my first time cruising in that category. I have done inside, veranda, concierge, aqua and suite, but for some reason never Ocean View. So what do you get? The stateroom was on deck 3 and the last one before you reached guest services. Very nicely located for quick access to most parts of the ship. Yet there is only one night where the event noise could be heard. Although some ship noises were noticeable, I have found that to be the case in most cabins to some degree. The cabins can have the bed on the left as you enter, or, as is the case with cabin 3111, on the right hand side. The cabin is a nice size and very similar to a veranda stateroom in size. It has a glass table, chair and small bed settee, which is not that great to sit on. As you enter, you will find adequate wardrobe space along with a safe and drawers, as well as the complimentary tote bag and use of an umbrella. Opposite this is the small curtained shower and washroom. Going further in, and there is more storage and an adjustable TV that has accessible ports enabling you to easily plug in a laptop. There is an available power outlet behind it. The bed has bedside cabinets, lights and switches on either side, as well as a phone on one side that does tend to get in the way. Apart from one hidden behind the TV, the other power sockets are above the small worktop area. There is no shortage of mirrored surfaces, but the presence of them does mean that wall is not available to place magnets on. The other walls, however, are. There is the usual underbed storage. Now the big question, does the lack of a balcony make a difference? The quick answer is yes, but not that much. I had one night where it felt a bit airless, but a quick adjustment to the air conditioning and it was all sorted out. The advantage is that you get a very useful shelf under the window, but the disadvantage is the obvious. You can't open it or sit outside. Being on deck 3 does mean that the window is subject to spray, so trying to film through it is not as good, and one can't always pop onto deck to get the better view. However, the naked eye can tend to adjust to this, and for the price difference, it can be worth it. My view? A balcony is better, and I'd rather be in isolation on a balcony stateroom than an Ocean View one, if those days ever returned. An internal cabin is better than no cruise. An Ocean View is better than an internal cabin, and anything above that is a matter of preference and balancing the cost against facilities. Personally, and depending on port stops etc., I can see myself doing more Ocean View trips to enable more cruising, but always on the lookout for the good deals. Hot weather or dramatic views such as travelling the fjords, and I would want a balcony. But even then, an Ocean View knocks the socks off staying at home and reading about other people's experiences and stories.